Howdy, y'all. Welcome to the tinfoil hat territory. I'm Earl, and I'm with me, as always, is Jobob, short for Joe Bobstead.
It's Joe Bobstead, and if you tell, we got a spicy episode tonight. Uh, it was actually quite easy to kidnap Onstead this week. I don't know. That man was so ready for a vacation, he just hopped in the daggum van. So I don't know
Right?
what's going on with that boy, but y'all can ask him next week.
Earl wasn't here either. They must be out together running around or some bullshit like that. But this man did leave something right now. He did leave one of these. I don't know. Have you ever tried one of those Fago Sody Pops?
One of them there
They
Fegas,
always be talking about.
them Fegas,
I'm gonna try.
yeah.
I'm gonna be drinking one this week while we doing it, just because I forgot the fucking Mountain Dew in the truck.
Oh, you're letting the juggalo, you're letting
It's
them
green.
there, the juggalos is getting in your brain.
At least my piss will still be green and ain't gonna turn any other color.
So let's get a live reaction. How is that one there?
If you want my honest opinion, this
Sure,
is
sure
the
do.
opposite of this.
It, uh, that's a good one. I'll give you that. I'll
It
tell
tastes
you
like a
what.
Jolly Rancher though, for real.
It 100% does, and I cracked one the other day for my first time, and like I had one sip of that shit, man, and I was like, "Ooh,
But yeah,
this is super sweet." My
it's
diabetes acted up immediately, dog.
dude, it's like fucking firework all over
Yeah,
again, man. It's
yeah.
like a lot of sugar, but dude, I drank the whole fucking the last one I opened. I drank the whole thing.
Ugh, it was a bit too sweet for me.
I choked that bitch.
But yeah, welcome. We're back at the Thuggalo Files. We got well, no, it's the Joe Bob and Earl show.
Oh,
So
yeah, right. Hold on. Joe Bob and Earl,
ah,
tinfoil hats, conspiracy nuts, uh,
all that, all
all
that.
that.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a
United
little
Auto Workers, steel workers, mine coalers, or
coal
miners.
miners, coal miners, miners. Uh, we
Only for the first 18 years.
yeah. But yeah, we cover it all here on the Joe Bob and Earl show. Everything that the news don't want you to see, right?
Nope.
That's what we like to talk about here. We like to go interdimensional into lasers, and into space and talk about all that shit. And today we got a mighty fine episode for you. And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little bit of secrets. I don't have a presentation this week. I kind of fucked up. So Earl over here is the ultimate presentation, I guess, and he said this one was going to be a whole episode there, and it's Dag himself. So we're all going to sit here and we're all going to get um, tracked by the government at the same
Yeah,
time. So
we're
turn your
all
phone off, take your battery off, turn it on airplane mode, put it in the fridge. Let's get into this shit.
so. I'm gonna just rip the fucking band-aid off on this one.
Oof,
This
too
is
early,
too early.
too early.
Too early. Nah, man, with all the jokes I'd be seeing lately, shit, man, like the chest move, the ultimate chest move, when two rooks get put next to each other, you can replace it with airplane.
Oh.
Um, now, so this is obviously a sensitive one. A lot of people fucking died. Like a lot of real, real innocent motherfuckers died in this one. It isn't just like you know what I mean? All the government fucking didn't tell us they were experimenting on fucking aliens
Remember,
or some
also,
shit. I don't know.
this was also the quote unquote biggest act on American, or biggest attack on American soil since Pearl Harbor back in.
Well, they even when the BBC originally did their broadcasting, right?
I got a
They were
BBC for you. Continue.
uh
Continue. Continue.
how the fuck do you continue after that one? Nah. But when the British broadcasting channel did their original fucking broadcast and shit, bro. Like even they were calling it the biggest act of terrorism period, dog.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm, like at that time, because they're like thousands could be dead. I mean, obviously they were a lot further away when they were doing their broadcasting than we were, but we didn't know how many people actually were,
Real quick, everybody, before we jump into it, do y'all remember where y'all was on 9/11?
Yeah.
Because I could tell you right now, I remember that shit clear as day. I was sitting in the classroom and the teacher, everybody, there was an announcement that went off and all the teachers went outside for a hot second and they had their little thing and then they came back. Mine came back with one of those AV things. I was in elementary school too, Woody. Mine came back with
He
one of
had the
those
cart.
AV. Yes, the cart that we would watch
He
Bill
had the
Nye on.
TV on top, the
Uh
toe
huh.
strap, the VCR on the bottom.
I thought this bitch was making us watch Bill Nye. I was like, fuck yeah. I put my
Yeah.
crayons down that I was eating and everything, man. I
You're
was
right.
so excited. And then she started crying, talking about, oh, there's a plane that hit the second tower.
That she didn't even know what the Twin Towers was before that, man, just like the rest of us.
I mean, unless you were a New York person and knew, like, all the shit that was going on in there and how important it was, like, yeah, we didn't really
Really
know
knew
about that
what the
shit.
trade centers was.
To be fair, I think I was like 7, 8,
Yeah.
9, something
No, no,
like
I
that.
was in sixth grade, dude. I was literally in sixth grade,
I was in
sixth or
fourth or
seventh grade.
fifth.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember it. I remember it being the same. Where we were in class. I think we had just got done with first period,
Mm.
and then we were sitting there, and then like I think we even had an announcement over the PA system that we were not transitioning classes. So we were to stay in our homeroom class, you know what I mean? And then that's when our homeroom teachers would proceed with turning on the TVs. And I just remember sitting there like it didn't look that bad, right? But then, like you mentioned before the show, we got to see the fucking second tower get hit.
Live. I remember when the camera turned to that shit and it was like boom, and we were all just like,
Oh
oh,
shit! Okay,
oh,
that's what it
fuck.
looks like. Like if we all we were all, prior to that, all we had seen was smoke rising from a fucking building, right? And then like after that, that's when I mean all the crazy shit started coming out too, right? With people jumping out of the towers and they were all the eyewitness reports were rolling in on camera and people it was chaos, bro. So unfortunately, all my reels that I had saved up, dude, I had almost 17 reels for just 9/11 conspiracy reels, bro. And they're all gone.
Fucking government, dog.
Dude, they were all like, yeah, like I mean, well, obviously, like reels disappear after a short time. They get taken down, they get reported, whatever. You know what I mean? I should have saved them at the time, but I did go back through, made some of my own videos and
Hold
shit.
on.
You know what I mean?
There's a controversy in the chat right now.
Uh,
If there is a dick on the wall right over here, all right?
yeah,
All
yeah.
right? It's not a dick, it's a saw. All right? It's the saw from Grandpappy when you used to cut down the moonshine stills back in the day, back down yonder, all right? I picked it up out of his fucking GMC Ford pick 'em up truck down there, and I put it on the wall because it's got Grandpappy knowledge on my line. That goddamn it, you know what I
Hey,
mean?
it just looks like a dick.
It's not a dick, all right?
It just looks like one.
It's not a dick. It's a 9/11 tower, all right?
If I go this way, you see my cat.
He's got. Don't talk about my background. We ought to be talking about Earl's background. Earl's got the damn Guitar Hero drum set up over yonder, and the
Hey,
big orange cat back there.
I'm pretty sure this over here is somebody's sleeve too, bro.
You know,
I
goddamn
don't even
well,
know. I don't even
Earl.
know who that could be.
How many books of them on that shelf back there you read? How many of them books you read?
I don't even know that. I didn't even know there was books back there. Holy shit.
What's that
Dude, I
DVDs?
thought those, yeah, I was about to say, those are DVDs, dog. I don't know what the fuck you're
I
talking
tell you
about.
what,
Except
that's
for
the
the middle
collection.
shelf. That middle shelf's my PS2 collection.
I see that. I see that. But
You can tell that one.
that looks like the Friends collection down at the bottom down there. I
Oh,
see
dude,
it.
I have all the seasons of Friends,
All
dog.
36 seasons of Friends down yonder.
Penelope, what's her Penelope? The
Penelope
blonde
Cruz?
one? No, the blonde chick. From that show.
The one that likes cats, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
There you
yeah, yeah,
go.
yeah.
All right.
Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe.
Phoebe. That's it.
There
That's
you
it.
go.
She said
She
those is
did it. She did it
VHS.
for me. She did it for me with that acoustic guitar, dog.
Smelly
What?
cat, smelly cat.
Oh my god.
Man, we're old, Earl. We're you some old fucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
back to
So
9/11.
let's run through the official narrative, right?
Mm-hmm,
Fuck
mm-hmm.
it. Let's start with what they told us. Hijackers from Al Qaeda took control of 4 planes that day, right? 2 planes hit the Twin Towers. 1 plane hit the Pentagon. 1 plane landed in a field in Pennsylvania, right? Official investigations. The committee. It was what incest.
Incest.
I don't know how the fuck you say that, bro.
The infidels.
Nist. Well, how do they pronounce their? It's incit,
Incest report.
incit.
I don't know, some shit.
I don't know. It's capital NIST. I've heard them
National
talk about.
intelligence of something
Yeah,
something.
yeah, exactly. I didn't take their full fucking name down on my notes because why the fuck? It's an acronym, right? You can't trust any of them.
That's right.
Mm-mm. They explained the events in detail. They said that I mean, these two. I didn't get a lot of the before, obviously, with like maybe you know a lot more than I do, Joe Bobstead, about their when they were these terrorists were taking
Well,
training with flights.
yeah. There had been previous to 9/11. Now this is all hearsay that your boy Joe Bobstead here had caught on
Yeah,
your.
he's saying it and I'm hearing it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can catch this or you can let it go in and out of your one ears. Now, what I did here is that the CIA and the FBI both knew about these particular groups coming to America and actually taking flying classes here in America and being trained on how to fly in these small little Cessnas. Now, and then these
This
guys,
ain't flight school from GTA either.
no,
Like this is documented shit.
they didn't go to the airport and pay the $15 to go take your fucking Type One GTA
And
fucking.
Timu didn't exist back then, so they didn't use that either.
So they apparently before 9/11 had all happened and everything, the CIA and the FBI had both intelligence on these groups coming to America and taking flight classes and then going back home to whoopty wop country. No offense,
Saudi.
Saudi. Yep, no offense on what country it is over there, but one of the Middle Eastern countries. They went back over there and started showing other people how to fly, and they started showing these other people how to fly out of bullshit crafts as well. And then they came back, and then all of this happened, and the official narrative continues to go on.
Right. So yeah, let's just start with. So one of the issues people have when it comes to like gathering evidence with 9/11 is George Bush's mannerisms and the way he was reacting to the news of 9/11 when he first heard it, which we got footage of it because he was at a school. He
Yep.
was at the Emma E. Booker Elementary School.
Teaching kids how to read.
Uh, well, he was promoting his No Child Left Behind policy.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, this is right around that
Mm-hmm.
time. And let me tell you, some of us should have been left behind, dog. Some of us should have been left behind. I'm gonna be 100% with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm one of the kids that didn't get left behind, right? I was on IEP and shit, right?
Yeah, me too.
I'm one,
Yeah.
I'm one of those kids, but I'm telling you, some of my peers we should have left those motherfuckers. So he was doing his No Child Left Behind education little speech at 8:46 a.m. when the first plane from American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. At this point, the attacks had only just begun. At 9:05, the White House chief of St. Andrews entered the classroom where Bush was reading to a group of second grade students and informed them that a second plane, Flight 175, had struck the South Tower of the World Trade Center. This confirmed that the first crash was not an accident but a coordinated attack. And so this is what Bush's originally. I didn't get the footage of the dude whispering in his ear, Andrew Card. He comes in there and he whispers
Right.
in his ears, and then he just kind of like
He
goes
stares
into
off
a
for a
daze
second,
for a minute.
and then he comes
Yeah,
back, and then he like pretends to read for a second, and then he looks back up again.
yeah, right. Some weird shit, right? Like just in case the cameras didn't catch my reaction here, take two. Yeah, that's it. That's the better one. And then here's when he comes out to address.
Is this after he finds out?
Yep, this is his speech.
This is a difficult moment for America. I, unfortunately, will be going back to Washington after my remarks. Secretary of Rod Pace and Lieutenant Governor will take the podium to discuss education. I do want to thank the folks here at Booker Elementary School for their hospitality. Today, we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
Ma'am, down in front.
I have spoken to the Vice President, to the Governor of New York, to the Director of the FBI, and have ordered that the full resources of the federal government go to help the victims and their families and to conduct a full-scale investigation to hunt down and to find those folks who committed this act. Terrorism against...
Bam! Started already.
Very true, because if you listen to that, they just attacked, or 2 planes just smashed into the World Trade Centers, and you're gonna say that you're gonna find who the fuck did it? They're dead, son. So now
Already.
what you need to find is what drove
Why?
them.
Why?
Yes.
Why? Most people in this situation be like, we're going to figure out why this happened, who did it, why they did it, and all this. And not just, he went straight to a manhunt, bro. Straight to a fucking manhunt. And so another reason why a lot of people criticize this in particular is, despite the news, President Bush remained in the classroom. He continued to listen to the children fucking read. He did not rush into action. He did not, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't even leave to go get himself protected. Like, get on flight fucking Air Force One, you know what I mean? Like, why isn't he on Air Force One protecting him? Like, there's a lot, man. And I don't know if this is one of those things where a lot of people say the world changed after 9/11. Is now at the first sign of trouble, motherfuckers are in bunkers.
Now, there's 2 parts to that when you say that the world changed after 9/11. All right, so
I know. You want to finish this real quick?
yeah.
Our nation will not stand. And now, if you join me in a moment of silence.
All right.
May God bless the victims, their families, and America.
So, a lot of, for those who don't know, this launched us into the war in Iraq, and this launched us into Operation Iraqi Freedom, and all of that bullshit, that whole 20-year war in Afghanistan and Iraq and all of that.
Support
Now,
the troops, not the
yeah,
war.
all of that. All right, yeah, 100%. By the way, yes. But prior to 9/11, and prior to all of this other shit, there's also like evidence that suggests that Osama bin Laden and all of those people who were involved in this were actually. This is where you need to take the battery out of your phone, folks. All right, I'm fucking telling you. All right. Osama bin Laden was actually a CIA agent in his past, and he
Yep.
worked with the CIA. And you do know, everybody knows the CIA was involved in smuggling drugs and selling
Oh
drugs and
yeah.
all kinds of different drugs, all the
In
way back to
all
Contra.
countries.
In all kinds of countries. Why do you think we were in? There's two reasons why we were in Afghanistan. One is oil, and the other one is for fucking opium and fucking pharmaceutical heroin and all of that shit over there. That's where we make a lot of money is out of opium out of there too, guys.
Mm-hmm.
All leads back to drugs. There's there's a whole lot of other shit when it comes to why Bush Jr. wanted to go to war with Iraq is because
Right.
his father and Saddam Hussein were not the best friends neither, because we tried to go over there and install the fucking petrodollar over there, and fucking Saddam Hussein was like, no, 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 listen, we're not going to be controlled by the American dollar and by the fucking the oil industry, so fuck you, Bush Jr. or Bush Senior, and then
Uh,
Bush Jr. was like, "Oh yeah, fuck me, fuck my dad," and then boom, 20 years of war. I'm fucking telling you, look into
by
all of this shit.
by a lot of what I understand too is so even if Bin Laden wasn't like directly a CIA agent, right? So there might not
Right,
have been any direct fucking ties,
right,
right?
right.
There was no paperwork or anything like that, but where it came up was the
Yes,
support that the CIA. So during the Soviet-Afghan War,
boom.
the CIA fucking gave U.S. support by what, like fucking weapons, you know, I
Weapons,
mean, funds,
ammunition.
money, yeah,
Yep. Uh,
just
uh,
like that.
gasoline.
So,
All of this shit to the
Mohadi,
Mujahideen.
yeah, Mujahideen,
The
yeah,
Mujahideen, all right? They were fighting against the Soviet Union because there was communism coming into uh,
yeah.
Afghanistan, or again, I'm sorry, one of the Middle Eastern countries. There was quote unquote communism moving into the
Dude,
area, and you
yep.
know the United States job. We're the fucking world police, so we're not going to fund you by giving you this money and saying it's from us, but you know this money
If they dug
fell
up
off
the
the
fucking
truck.
casing on that bomb, it would say "Made in the U.S."
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Now it has Timu on it, but that's just
This is all like there was so
right,
many levels to 9/11.
to get it. Yeah, right.
Like
So
one
before, okay, go ahead.
one more thing. Before actual 9/11 happened, the World Trade Centers had been plotted against to be bombed before. There was
Right.
multiple truck bombs, van bombs that had been
Oh,
parked
yeah.
underneath of WTC in order to try to blow that shit up. Remember, Biggie said that shit back in the day. R.I.P. the
Oh,
GOAT.
that was one of my, not Biggie, but that was one of the clips I had saved was, I do believe it was Redman. It was either Redman or Meth Man was sitting there talking about, you know, like in front of the Trade Center, how they were going to, like all cash was going to be plastic and shit like this, like way before, like obviously the Trade Centers were still standing and shit. And he was talking about some shit in front of the Trade Centers that, you know, kind of hinted to, you know, what he was talking about, creating like a, you know, terror and shit and uniting.
Well,
Uh,
what's the next thing you have on 9/11? Because there's a lot of
I,
aftermath that happened afterwards that we can actually go in on too, that I have on the top of my fucking brain.
right. I was gonna, so the other attempted attacks on the World Trade Center, I was gonna go through those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Was the World Trade Center? There was a wait in 1993 World Trade Center bombing, right?
Yep.
February 26, 1993. The truck bomb was detonated in the underground parking garage of the North Tower. Explosion killed 6 people. Uh, I think that's it. I'm not sure if there's any more, but that was the one that definitely. you were talking about.
That was the one that happened prior to the actual.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, 2001, 93, that's really not that far apart from each other, bro.
Not
Not in
not
distance
really.
of time, not in distance of time that it already has been. If you think about it. Okay, so, uh, trying to kind of do it. Well, about this one, right? This is my big one, dude. This is the one I had the biggest fucking problem with.
From here, a passerby found the passport of one of the hijackers.
In the rubble outside the World Trade Center towers, we are told rescue workers have recovered a passport and the debris. It belonged to one of the dead hijackers.
You have 210-story
Pull it up
office
right here.
buildings.
That's
You
it.
don't find a desk. You don't find a chair. You don't find a telephone, a computer. The biggest piece of the telephone I found was half of the keypad, and it was about this big. The building collapsed to dust.
It was revealed that the passport, stand by and listen to this, the passport of one of the suspected hijackers on that plane that flew into the towers was found blocks away from the World Trade Center crash site. Somehow the passport survived, nobody else did, unfortunately.
How also do they know that that's him? Granted, this is 2001, okay? Camera footage is not the best at that time. Do you guys remember what fuck camera footage used to look like in 2001?
The reason I ain't got no Pentagon camera footage is because that shit is all shit.
Pentagon is the next one that we actually need to talk about.
We'll get into it, right?
Because
that's dude, all that footage is shit, dog. Trust me. All right, so the claim with the passport, right? According to the theory, the official narrative, Satam Sugami. I'm fucking. That's the only time
apologize,
I'm making, bro.
Actually, no, he was a terrorist. Yeah. We don't apologize.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Even if he wasn't really a terrorist, he was still a puppet.
Yeah, we're not sorry. I'm not sorry.
The passport was discovered by a New York police officer at the site of the World Trade Center collapse just hours after the attack. The passport allegedly appears to be in almost pristine condition despite the massive fires and destruction at Ground Zero. The passport was reported to have been found largely unscathed despite the extreme heat, which had melted metal beams and caused immense damage. So they're saying when so if you remember the footage where it's the two towers, the first plane hits, and you can see the nose come out in between the other two towers. They're saying that passport was in the cockpit, made it through the fucking tower, so it didn't actually burn.
And then it fell
because it went through the building, so it wasn't with all the extreme heat that was melting the beams, but it still flew off in debris only blocks away. You know what I mean?
Nice little fun fact for everybody listening. Here's a quick little. You can Google this right now. Okay, jet fuel does not burn hot enough to melt steel beams. Okay. Let's get that.
Passports.
Or apparently, or passports. But I'll tell you what does. Thermite does.
Yeah, thermite explosives definitely create the color that we've seen too.
That's conspiracy theory talking. Listen, it's all conspiracy.
So the passport survival in such conditions led, to the claim that it's just too convenient, right? It's way too convenient, way too unbelievable that a personal item like a passport could survive a fucking intense disaster, dog.
And here's
especially because we're gonna get into some of the other wreckage too, right? Like, I wanna.
Here's a question to pose for the audience as well. These guys who came over to America and took all these flying lessons, they got their passport in their real name, did they?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they got their passport in their real names, huh?
2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. or 1,370 degrees Celsius is the temperature a steel beam will melt at.
Oh,
1,000 degrees Celsius.
just think about that, guys. Just use one of those things. Next time you guys hear that the government would never lie to you, the government cares for you, just think about that one thing. Right?
No, there was a lot of the reels I had saved up were not just like people like us talking about this shit. It was like the experts, right? So like the experts about planes saying that a plane cannot fucking fly, it cannot go that fast at that low of an altitude. Right?
Ooh, I don't know anything about that. I haven't seen
Dude,
that part.
I had a whole where the dude, okay, the reel I had saved up, the one I really liked was that one where it was a dude that waited like maybe even last year or this, you know what I mean, a year or two ago. He decided to call up these experts and ask them just based on the statistics if this was possible. He didn't say, hey, these are the statistics from 9/11
Yeah.
and that this is how fast this plane was going at this altitude. And he would call them up and ask them if it's possible, and they'd be like, huh, that's funny.
Fat
you know
Pat,
what I mean?
that's what this show's for, dog. That's what this show's for. We're here to take on all these lies, big homie.
Yeah. So the importance of the passport to the investigation, right? So that fucking passport was so important to the investigations because it was it's early on, right? Within an hour of the fucking tower. So they find it early on. It allowed authorities to quickly identify the man on the fucking passport, Al Sugami, as one of the hijackers of American Airlines Flight 11, which is the North Tower airplane. And then it obviously to us it looks like that would be planted, right? Planted evidence.
There's 100%. Yes,
Right.
that's
so
what
when
it's
I was going through this footage, bro, I noticed something weird about Flight 93, right? Some of the
United 93. You remember the movie?
Yeah, United 93, which is the one that crashed in Pennsylvania. They're the ones that actually fought back on board. We have audio from the fight and shit that they made the movie, which I did not see. So that movie, I'm completely unbiased because of that movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still a conspiracy nut, right? So listen to this one.
Would have been the first because it's 20 minutes from the office as we drove that day. I expected to see fuselage, remnants of a plane, which I didn't see anything but pretty much smoke and some fires.
I saw absolutely no signs that an airplane was present, no matter what direction I looked.
You didn't know that a plane had crashed there. You had a crater, and the initial crater was probably 15 feet deep, but we didn't have big plane parts laying everywhere.
So as you can tell, this interview is from probably several years later, right? They're re-interviewing them.
Right.
Looked like the plane hit, but there's not a lot of evidence of the airplane, and I've described it a lot of times as basically a knife through hot butter.
What I saw when it got up there was kind of I'd describe it as a crater.
Shocked at the number of items that they were able to recover.
They were shocked at the number of items they were able to recover, but yet there's no sign of even the fucking plane. No fuel lodging, no nothing.
We found great evidence of Flight 93. We found the passports of the hijackers. We found
more fucking passports of the hijacker. Look at the pictures. That's the exact same fucking passport we just seen from the fucking first tower.
And look, they got notes this time.
And notes, right? Fucking notes. And then this dude's fucking passport. They have boarding passes, dude. They found boarding passes from the same fucking
itinerary.
Yeah, dude. Like his fucking boarding pass survived, really, dog? Dude, that shit didn't survive in my pocket for fucking 2 days when I was in London, man. Like, you should see the boarding passes I brought back from London. Dude, that shit is barely legible.
But these are good.
But these are all right.
Yeah. These are good.
Had written for themselves. We found a knife that we believe was used.
Damn, look at that dangerous weapon, dog.
By one of the hijackers.
That survived, right? It's
The other
stainless.
crash sites had a lot.
Not burn at all. I've seen a lighter that came out of a fucking Zippo lighter that came out of fire, bro. It don't look like
Things
that.
to deal with. They had buildings collapsing on the sites. They had a lot of recovery efforts. They had a lot of people who survived in the collapse of those buildings that they had to rescue. We didn't have a building collapse.
We didn't have any of that shit, but yeah, you know what I mean? They still don't got any conclusive evidence otherwise. Well, they did, but it was all convenient evidence, like papers. Yeah, right here, bro. Look at this. Look at this boarding pass.
Wow.
Let me show you. It's fucking literally right here. I can pull one of mine out. Here's mine from London with me trying to take care of it. You tell me this survived an air fucking plane crash and can barely survive my pocket for fucking a week.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, look at that, bro. That looks like it was literally put into a fucking machine that makes it aged. Like, that's aged this paper by putting it into a machine and fucking...
Awfully convenient is right.
Yes. Fucking... Alright.
Now we got some Pentagon pictures, right?
I don't think we're done with flight.
We're not done with Flight 93 yet?
Nope. All right. So there's a theory with Flight 93, right? I don't know if you know this. There's a theory out there that Flight 93 was intercepted and shot down by our military to stop it from reaching its target in Washington, D.C. Which is why it's evaporated, right? Like knife through butter, like dude said. Barely any remnants of the airplane, but just little pieces of fucking metal everywhere.
Right.
So the theory is that the U.S. military shot down Flight 93. Although there's no concrete proof, right? Never is. The debris. So the argument is there's wide debris field, right? So the debris from Flight 93 was scattered over a wide area, leading some to argue that it could have not crashed. It suggests that a missile and military intervention could have happened, and then they just not, want to tell us that, hey, we sacrificed. How many people was it? I didn't take that part down. It's like
100.
Yeah, it's like 90. Yeah, it's something like that. 40 to 100. We're gonna say that. But yeah, all the people that died in that one, they, they kind of just sacrificed them for a building.
To go to war.
Well, to go to war, but yeah, let's be real.
That's what all of this boils down to.
Yeah. A few eyewitness reports say they've seen a jet in the vicinity of the crash site. 44 people. Yeah, flight. This is a sad one though, is because they did, report finding bound. They like some of the flight, attendants were bound and shit like that. Yeah, that is sad, but like, I just don't understand. It was confusing to me that there's no debris from the plane. It's a crater in the fucking ground, but yet the body's recovered, papers recovered.
Yeah, all these papers and the fucking passports and notes and but no fuselage to a plane or anything like that.
Not like the Pentagon one, right?
Pentagon, they didn't.
They threw a fuselage out on the lawn of the fucking Pentagon.
Now, there was so much fucked up shit when it comes to this Pentagon's footage, is because you're telling me that one of the most secure places on Earth does not have footage of this shit? The only footage comes from a parking lot, like
a hotel. A hotel
security guard parking lot thing where they captured this fucking footage.
Yeah. So if you don't, the Pentagon is what? It has rings, right? So it has like A, B, C, D fucking rings or whatever, right?
It's so like an onion.
Yeah, there we go. So you got your 1, 2, 3, 4 like sections, right? So it went through 2 whole fucking of those corners. Like those 3 buildings that you see on each side, like, you know what I mean? Look at that shit, dude, where the debris is. Like, bam, it went through a whole one.
You guys want to hear something crazy about right there where it hit, too? So there's a big old conspiracy that the person who owned the World Trade Centers took out a big fucking insurance claim just like months before the unfortunate happenings of 9/11. Now, right about right there, where you're seeing all of these, you're seeing that is where they keep these finances to a lot of these things. And that particular office right there is where they were holding the insurance claim to the guy who just built up this massive insurance claim against the trade centers. And that's where it happened to be held at. Also with the Department of Defense's budget, where $2 trillion or some shit like that just happened to come up missing. And during the 9/11 era, there's a lot of shit that was happening there too. Is it time to talk about the fallout of what happened from 9/11?
Not quite. I don't know. I think that we might have some more. A few more. First of all, going back with that, statements. There were statements. Oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
$2.3 trillion were just missing that day. Had lost $2.3 trillion the day before September 11th. Isn't that crazy? And that particular office that we just seen up in flames was Donald Rumsfeld's office. Oh boy, what happened? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I know, like, there was obviously
drink tastes good though. I tell you that much.
All right, so that's a good one to go into before we go into Pentagon, right? So foreknowledge of the attacks.
Oh,
all right, because that would be one, right? Foreknowledge of the attack, taking out insurance claims or whatever it may be. Okay, so on the day of the attacks, right, the BBC was covering the events live as they unfold, as I alluded to in the beginning. At one point, a reporter in London was reporting about the collapse of the World Trade Center. The reporter, while speaking live on the air, mentioned that the South Tower had collapsed, but it was still standing in the live video feed. The South Tower did not actually collapse until 9 minutes later. Some conspiracy theorists, like ourselves, argue that this is evidence of a foreknowledge of the attack.
I haven't seen that. I'm gonna have to go.
I looked for the footage, but I could not find that particular footage. But I did find out that it was from the dude that falls asleep a lot on air. So it could have been a mistake. He could have meant the first tower. He could have said he meant the North Tower and said the South Tower by mistake. Or it could have been just him glitching out because he's a fucking.
Or it could have been him reading the script too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Just months before 9/11, the World Trade Center's lease was sold to Larry Silverstein. Silverstein took out an insurance plan that fortuitously covered terrorism. What?
Oh.
After
Man.
9/11, Silverstein took the insurance company to court, claiming he should be paid double because there were 2 fucking attacks, and he won. He was awarded $4.5 trillion fucking dollars.
You know what that kind of sounds like to me too? The Titanic.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. That's a really good one.
How they did the whole insurance fraud with that shit.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah, we're saving that one. All right. So what about the stock market activity? So a central component of the foreknowledge conspiracy is that stock market activity before the attacks, a significantly large number of put options. A put option is a financial instrument that allows investors to profit if the price of a stock goes down, right?
Yep.
So in the case of 9/11, theorists point to a significant spike in put options placed on the stock of American and United Airlines just days before the attack. I can't read what that one is.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to read.
It's important though. It's important.
important.
It proves our fucking point, right?
Yeah. We come over.
So, but yeah, large numbers of put options were placed on airlines like American Airlines and United Airlines, the 2 carriers whose planes were hijacked.
Mm-hmm.
Some theorists believe that this could be evidence that they knew that this was going to happen. A lot of so they're like, hey, once this happens, nobody's going to fly with them anymore. They're going to fucking plummet. Stock's going to go down. We have stocks in this. Let's prepare for this. Let's put some put options in there. So if it does, or when it does, we can figure, we can still benefit from it ourselves. Then we had to bail out these motherfucking airlines anyways.
Yep. So they still got our money back in the meantime. So they might have took a little hit during that day, but they made so much money back.
Profiting from the loss, bro. You seen that fucking chart that Jay just brought up? It went wow.
That's crazy. And you know what? I do kind of actually got a little bit that tails end off of yours too. After this, because mine leads up into directly after 9/11. What happened after that?
Did we talk about Pentagon yet?
Yeah. A
little bit. Congress passes $15 billion airline bailout. Yeah.
Now think about that. Shit. Yep. Think about that, guys. Remember, next time you guys go to fly, remember that technically they work for you because your tax dollars are paying for that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, they did pay for that. That was some years ago, but 2001. That was years ago. It was 20 years ago, 24 years ago.
So you deserve extra sun chips.
Yeah, get your extra fucking nuts. You got me? You got me?
So real quick, just going back to the Pentagon. So a lot of people say the hole is too small, right? The damage caused by the impact was too small to be caused by a large commercial airline, such as Flight 77. The hole in the outer wall seemed too small for a Boeing 757, especially considering the size of the plane and the mass of debris typically left by such an impact. The response, the pentagram's outer wall was reinforced, and the plane hit the building at an angle, causing the wings and the fuselage to disintegrate before the plane could penetrate the building. That's what those incest people said. That's why the hole was small, bro. But so witness accounts, once again, there's a bunch of eyewitness accounts for the Pentagon, right? They say they saw a missile-like object hitting the building rather than a plane. these witnesses have suggested that they saw more. What they saw was more like a missile. A lot of people have, right? Like, or even the trade centers, bro. Like, a lot of people have said it sounded more like an explosion, like a demolition. You know, like they heard multiple explosions. Bam. All right. We still didn't talk about 7 though.
Flight 7?
No. World Trade Center.
World Trade Center 7. Ho ho ho. Most people don't know about that, dog.
Yeah, there's 3 buildings, bro.
Yeah.
So I think it was after the first tower got hit, the debris caused other buildings around it to catch on fire. One of those buildings was World Trade Center 7, right? Well, World Trade Center 7 was left just to burn, right? They're like, fuck it, we got, like, this building's not nearly as big as the other 2, right? Kind of deal. But that's still a fucking skyscraper, dog. That's still a big ass building.
In the middle of downtown New York.
Right. Still fucking hundreds of thousands of people probably in that building too, right? What was the World Trade Center? Well, I can't remember what it had a specific purpose too.
There was a lot. They did stocks and shit there. They did a lot of stuff there.
Right.
A lot of finance stuff.
Yeah. Well, apparently after 2 hours of letting this fucking shit burn, it collapsed in a free falling fucking motion, dog. And if we've all seen the footage. We've all seen the footage of it compared to, like, you know, controlled demolition footage and how closely it looks. It's just concluded that, hey, it's possible with the way that the structure is done. They have this certain type of flooring that they use, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Some kind of beams. I don't know exactly. I do flooring. I don't do roofing.
If World Trade Center 7 is a new one for you, I suggest you go look what was stored inside of that building. You know,
why they wanted that one gone.
Yeah, what offices were located inside World Trade Center 7? Yeah,
that's what I want to know too, bro. Because, like, why that building in particular? Like, you're already causing enough damage. If it's an inside job, right?
Right. If we're just asking questions here. That was my Jesse Ventura.
Who took the number 2 in the urinal at school?
Right.
All right. So World Trade Center 7 housed a variety of business and government agencies, with Solomon Smith Barney being the largest tenant, occupying floors 28 to 45. Damn.
Also, the SEC. Would you look at that?
ITT Hartford Insurance Group.
Would you look at that? There's the SEC. You know what the SEC is?
Yeah,
the SEC involves
exchange.
Yeah, the SEC involves the stock market. More stock market stuff.
Right.
Man, we're fucking unloading tonight here, brother.
But yeah, so that video has been broke down. All the videos of the towers falling have been broken down pretty extensively by people that do that for a living, you know, with like controlled demolitions. And they said that, you know, it don't seem possible that a building would just do that from a fire or being structurally damaged like that. They said it would fall, like, you know, weirdly and shit. Yeah. World Trade Center.
Yeah, bunch of housing, office spaces.
Crazy shit. So,
financial institutions.
And this was brought up before the show as well. About there was a fucking building in China, Russia, somewhere that it was on fire for hours and days even. And never once did it
collapse.
Even fucking collapse, dog.
Well, that's a different one. That talks about our building and how shitty our buildings are.
You're right, but yet the people who inspected it, the incest
Right.
people, said that our buildings is just fine. But
Oh,
yet,
oh wait, hang on. I got something for you. We was just talking about the Pentagon, right? And we all that footage. Check this one out.
yeah, this footage right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
This
All
one is
right.
from a fucking goddamn guard shack.
And this is the only footage that they have of this quote unquote plane at one of the highest fucking security places in America, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Pentagon. Let's take a little peekaroonie.
Pentagon. This is the people who are controlling our military.
And look, this is the only security footage we have of this. All right, ready? Watch over here. Watch. That's it.
Blur. It was blur.
That's the only frame. Look, that's the only frame you get of it right there. All right, ready? Look, I'm gonna take it down to even like playback speed. 25.
Oh yeah, there we go. This is when we get into little like it even looks worse.
Ready? Here we go. Look, super slow. Look at you. There's not even another frame. There's not another frame, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fucking missile. All right, that's a fucking missile.
No, for real though.
You want to watch it again?
Yeah.
Once again, look, we'll bring it back to here, back to 0. All right, watch up here, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving in super slow.
So did we even get to see the footage yet from the big ass hotel that was across from here too?
No, I don't have that one.
They seized that footage.
Crazy.
Within like hours, bro.
Look, here it comes. It's coming. 4 seconds. There it is, right there. There it is. 5 seconds. 6 seconds, and it's gone. Look at that explosion.
That's a huge explosion too.
Listen, all we're here to do is question the narrative. All right? You guys can put them pieces together. That shit's wild. It's missing footage, missing frames, just like the JFK video. But you know what? Hopefully we'll be getting that JFK video, the full video, really, really soon. I think that's coming. Just like the Martin Luther King stuff too, man. I think all that shit's coming real hot.
All right, so there is footage from a nearby hotel that had captured the moments of the Pentagon attack at the Hickory Hilton, which is located about a mile away from the Pentagon. The camera recorded the plane's approach as it flew towards the Pentagon and subsequent crash. The footage, along with other sources from nearby businesses and traffic cameras, was seized by investigators almost immediately after the attack. However, much like the Pentagon's security footage, the footage from the hotel was not publicly released for several years to security concerns.
Right.
The ongoing investigation and other factors. In the years following 9/11, some snippets of the footage was eventually made to the public. However, much of it remains classified. We only get the shitty shit.
But, I mean, in all transparency, we should have every fucking thing. Like, it's been 20-some years. And I think the Freedom of Information Act is available after fucking, like, 20 years. I think it is. I don't know. You can...
It shouldn't even be that long.
No. I mean, for security reasons, for shit like this, I understand.
Look, I don't give a fuck if there's one person still alive that the JFK files affects, dog. We need to know.
Oh, we should know about that. We should know about that. There's another one.
Even though you're right about the Freedom Act, right? With the Information Freedom Act for 20 years and shit. Like, even if we're at that point, right? It shouldn't fucking matter if there's somebody still alive.
Yeah, give us a shit. What else you got? You got anything else? Because I got repercussions.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I think we're about into the aftermath.
So, do you remember all of the shitstorm that followed the fucking 9/11? I'm politically at home. Do you remember? Because there was we had immediately after, it was almost months after, they Washington instilled this little thing called the Patriot Act. Now, the Patriot Act is involved. It involves this guy named Edward Snowden. I don't know if you ladies and gentlemen know who Edward Snowden was. Edward Snowden, yeah. Edward Snowden was a guy who pretty much told everybody that, the government was looking into our emails and tapping our phones and looking into our oh, I'm done. Yeah. Thank you. They were looking into our emails, they were looking into our text messages, tapping our phones. Do you remember the Patriot Act?
Yeah, I thought I still had fucking my newspapers from 9/11 in, my little box right there, but it was all my newspapers from when Dimebag was killed. R.I.P. But Patriot Act enacted in 2001 aimed to enhance law enforcement's tools to fight terrorism by allowing greater surveillance and more sharing. All the invasive shit that they started doing.
Now here's where it gets good, ladies and gentlemen. All right, do you guys know why they called it the Patriot Act? All right, they called it the Patriot Act to get in on what just happened in America. With they wanted to unite us and let us know that we're all patriots. We're all in this together. Now, immediately when the American government tells you something like that, you should already know that something fucking stinks immediately. All right?
Mm-hmm.
The shit that they put in this fucking Patriot Act here gives them the right to go through your emails, goes through your fucking text messages at the time. Remember, text messages were just getting off. It was just starting off. They could get in your text messages. They can get in your emails. They can get in your phone calls. They were already doing this shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Edward Snowden came out and said.
And now they have reason to, right? Or they have
their
justifications.
Now they had the justifications because now they could go to war and they have the justifications as to fight terrorism, to make sure that you guys aren't out there causing terror and fucking emailing Saddam Hussein over in fucking Iraq. All right. Now they named it the Patriot Act because they wanted to get all of this shit and they wanted you guys to vote on it and make sure everybody was good, and that's what they wanted. Now the reason they called it that is because if you called this shit the Dead Puppies Act, nobody's gonna vote for this shit, right? So they called it the Patriot Act and they gave us all of this shit.
Just like U.S. aid stands for
U.S. aid.
United States Agencies for International Development. International Development, not U.S. aid.
Which is not what U.S. aid is.
Yeah. All right. So, we did get the, what were you saying? U.S. Patriot Act, right?
Yeah, the Patriot Act.
So, the Patriot Act, obviously, like you were saying, expanded surveillance. It allowed them to put, fucking intervention in civil liberties, right? So what else came of that was the air travel security, right? TSA, bro.
Oh yeah. That's when TSA started as well.
The U.S. created the Transportation Security Administration, the TSA, to significantly strengthen airport security, right?
Yep.
So that's another repercussion we've had because of 9/11.
Fun fact, TSA is not federal employees. You could tell them to eat your fucking dick. You might get in trouble, but they're not federal employees, guys. Just keep that in mind.
A lot of times in my personal, just if you want to make your flight on time, just fucking do what they say.
They don't care about your vape pen. They don't care
No.
about your fucking weed pens. Just go. That's all they care about.
Just fucking let them scan your naked ass body and be done with it, bro.
Yeah, let them take pictures of your wiener and then just go. You can thank the Patriot Act for that too.
So there was also a effort to overhaul intelligence agencies after that too. So like the director of national intelligence aimed at improving information sharing and preventing future attacks, right? You remember that shit when they were trying to fucking predict terror attacks from happening, and then you had Homeland Security in every fucking major city of the U.S.
Dude.
Yep.
Oh, damn, the creation of Homeland Security, yep.
Dude, like, it's crazy, dude. Like, when I did the Million Mask March, right, with the Guy Fawkes mask with Anonymous and shit, like, I went up to Columbus, he had a mask on, I held up a sign that said fucking, people over some political shit like that, right? And dude, yeah, like they had Homeland Security, just like, like every once in a while they'd come check up on us and they'd cruise up and down, you know what I mean? And it was kind of weird seeing it in your own little, you know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't say little because it's Columbus, but you know what I mean. Obviously a lot of hate. Like a lot of hate came out of it, you know what I mean? Especially toward like Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
A lot of racist shit happened because of it.
I don't know if it's
always bad, bro.
I don't know if it's xenophobia or what it would be considered with Middle Eastern folk, but yes, there was a lot of
Islamophobia.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. Well, no, because Islamic people are their own group. Islamic people are their own fucking culture and their own group.
Well, it was particularly because if you remember, it was the Muslims, dog. It was the Muslims.
Yeah.
It was the Muslims, bro. Like even in fucking world police, it's the Muslims.
Right, and that was all drilled into us from 9/11, and that all goes back to that Patriot Act, and they tried to. Wow, man!
You gotta agree to the Patriot. List says you have to agree to the Patriot Act in order to open a bank account.
That's so they can see where your money's going and where your money's coming from. Yep. A lot of bullshit happened because of the Patriot Act, and it opened up. The Patriot Act opened up our society to be more like how the Chinese society is, and more surveilled, and
fucking England, right, with CCTV and shit, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised we ain't further along. Like,
no.
What do you think happened, dog? What do you think happened? Like, we just woke up as a nation. We got tired of it, kind of like what we did with COVID. We just got tired of the fucking shit. What do you think happened?
Got tired of being told
why do you look, bro? Because this is like you were saying, right? Like, so 9/11 Patriot Act increased surveillance, right?
Right.
So why do you think we're not like England already right now, where we don't have CCTV on every corner? Look at the surveillance cameras there, and look at CCTV right there, bro. Look how many fucking cameras they have.
Because there's a difference, all right? They say that America is a republic, and or you also nowadays what you hear is America is a democracy. We're a democracy. We're protecting our democracy. We're a democracy. We're a democracy that.
Even 9/11, dude, it was for democracy, right?
America is a republic democracy first. So there's a difference, all right? So we vote on everything, and everybody's gonna say your vote doesn't matter, blah 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 blah. Your vote really fucking matters in the end, because popular vote is what it really helps move new laws and laws into effect. If you have the
Right.
popular vote, if you have the electoral vote, and you have the congressional vote, and if you have all three of those, and that will tell you how America is feeling. As I don't know if you noticed right now, America's tired of this shit.
Yeah.
Our country is not supposed to be. We are a free people. We're supposed to do whatever the fuck we want to do, as long as it doesn't hurt the person next to you. You should be able to. I'm lagging like a mother. You should be able to do what you want to do, as long as it doesn't affect the person next to you. All right, and that's what our forefathers stood on. And when it comes to being told what to do and how to do things, that's always been a kind of we don't do that kind of shit.
You are like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it comes and goes. It probably is a screen. You know, I'm gonna take the screen off.
Yeah. I think we're about to that point where we're gonna be doing some news anyways.
Yeah, it's about news time.
Yeah.
Fat Pat said the Matrix broke, the truth is spilling.
Bam! Yeah, oh, that's a good point. Look, now that's why we're back in reality right now.
Matrix just broke right in front of your face. You guys just witnessed that.
No, bro, but it's crazy to think back on it, man. In all reality, think back on it when we were fucking kids. And you're right, dude, all this shit was grilled into our head as terrorism for the sake of democracy.
Give up your basic freedoms for the sake of democracy. Give up your basic freedoms to ensure that we get rid of the terrorists 15,000 miles away, you guys, so they won't come here and get you.
And we won't ever. I don't think this one will be like the JFK file, right? Where eventually they'll come out and be like, "Hey, that driver was so and so. He was fucking involved with so and so, and this was all this, blah blah blah."
It will. It will.
You think?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna. I think this is one of the ones gonna have official narrative all the way, bro.
I don't,
until someone like Edward Snowden or something like that happens.
I don't know, man. I feel like I feel like it just takes one president that's a fucking dude or that's a boy like us and gets this knowledge and gets elected in on the premise that they're going to actually find out why we spent trillions and trillions of dollars in a war overseas that lasted 20 years and took the lives of fucking hundreds of thousands of American soldiers that we had no business in fucking doing, and it's all because of oil. All it takes is one president to run on that shit. Kind of like, I don't know if you're paying attention to like the politics now. One of the things Donald Trump said that he was going to do was get the JFK files out and the fucking MLK files out and the I don't want to say that other one, but the island
Epstein,
ones. Yeah, not supposed to say it. Not supposed to say it. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, but he was supposed to get those files out, but yet we still haven't fucking seen that. Yeah, the bear Epstein bears. But yeah, I think it takes a president running on that premise that we want to get to the bottom of the shit, and I guarantee you we'll get that shit one day. Maybe it'll be 50 years down there. Maybe it'll be shit
like
that our
RFK.
Kids see. Yes, yeah.
RFK. Yeah.
Not RFK. RFK's fighting to take all the fucking food dyes out of your food, which is really good.
But he said, but there's some bigger fish to fry right now.
There is bigger fish to fry, like the Epstein files and fucking JFK and where all of our money into Doge went. You know what I'm saying?
You better hope to God that we do get another president that isn't a fucking president, dog.
No, we just need a president that's a boy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we're gonna get that this term.
No, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a couple years. The first millennial or Gen Z president.
There you go. Is
that's gonna be in there.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be.
We're gonna be like, y'all ain't gonna believe what the fuck I just found in the Oval Office, bro.
Right, he's gonna come out and be like, yo, aliens are real, yo. This shit wild. This shit bugging.
The first Juggalo president.
Yep, he's gonna get in there and be like, yo, they were not capping, all right? Aliens came down in fucking Area 51, and then they pulled up to Brooklyn, and then they were at Juggalo Ohio 3. Like, it was wild type shit, you know what I mean?
Danny Dollars.
Yeah, and it's Danny. And the whole time the aliens are Clockwork-y. God damn it. God damn it.
Bro.
That was a good episode of Thuggalo Files. I think it's time for
one
news
topic.
now.
I knew it, dude. I knew fucking no matter when it was going to be, 9/11 was going to be a one topic show because there's just so much to it, dog.
I told you I knew a bunch.
It's one that we went through personally.
Yeah.
It's a lot different. Like, we weren't alive for fucking JFK 5. We weren't alive for fucking, like fucking any
Roswell.
of the other, yeah. Well, I mean, it didn't affect us like that.
I know what my next one is, and I already got it picked out, and I'm gonna I'm gonna let everybody know beforehand too, because it's gonna be a spicy book.
I'm getting better at him, bro. I'm getting better at him.
That was a good one. That one was fun. That was really fun.
Right.
The next Thuggalo Files though is gonna be me, and the next one we're gonna do is the coronavirus pandemic.
Hey.
That's the one that I'm going to go to. And I'm going to bring, because YouTube just changed its guidelines on you being able to talk about it. So now you can talk about it, and we can talk about literally every single thing.
It's been 5 years. It's funny again.
It's about time. Hey, Jay. Who did that?
I was going to do that because I thought it was time for news, but I didn't realize he was on that fucking slide. So I'm going to just change our background.
News time. These shirts are tough.
Devereaux drop. Do we got the actual shirts and shit?
That is the shirt, ain't it?
Well, I mean, I didn't know if we had the actual,
He's got a bunch of beats for sale too that I just seen that he posted.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Damn. Yeah, look, premieres on gasdigital.com. What is gasdigital.com, by the way? March 26th at 10 p.m. Why does everybody want 10 p.m. spots, bro? What is it with the 10 p.m. spots?
Because they're the good spots, man.
Right.
Man. What is March 26th? Is that a Friday?
It's right before Juggalo, Ohio.
It's a Wednesday. Oh, it is right before Juggalo, Ohio.
Right. So, yeah, the Bruce Brothers. That's some good art, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's like bobblehead-ish, you know what I mean? Juggalo, Ohio, Night 1. King 810. Darby Trill. Sagan, Umo. Shaggy the Airhead. 8 Corpse, Gloom Unit, and 216A.
He put up a post yesterday, I think it was, talking about what songs do you want to see. So make sure you go to that post.
The Elements, right?
Yeah.
You got right. The Gather the Elements. We would only assume would be from fucking just the Element CDs, such as Tailwind, Gutter, Wanta, Trash Fire, and Wasteland.
I'm hoping that he just plays that he does not only old Elements, but also just old shit and Spider-Man pack. Spider-Man Kush.
Yeah, right. Tailwind is fucking easy, right? We're gonna get fucking fill the space.
Right.
Right. Definitely. Yeah, you're right. Wasteland.
Night 1 is Spider-Man, so make sure you wear your Spider-Man's Night 1. Night 1, make sure you get yours. Ours are on the way. Should be here Sunday. Check out Budget Man. Hell yeah. That's going to be so warm.
Dude, I feel like if Sego Umo was to show up as Spider-Man, this is what it would be like.
That's going to be Umo's mask, probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hey, I got one of those.
The Mac Mains.
God damn it, I forgot to grab that bitch. Look,
them boys are tough.
I've held one in my hand. I got one. They could have did better with the dreads, dog. That's all I'm saying. I wish they'd turn it around, right? You know when did you remember when they did the Wednesday dolls and they flipped the hair upside down and it was like kind
Yeah.
of bald. Yeah, well he pretty bald in the back, dog.
Those are dope, man.
And his dreads go out like this, like straight. They could have did better with the hair. That's all I'm saying. But they are dope as fuck.
I don't know.
Hey, the float announced your hosts. You got Ogre and Tom Wood announced. Then each week we announce and interview new artists, events, and discuss what to expect at the 2025 Tom Woods. The float.
That's dope. Hell yeah.
We got Scum, Smalls one, DJ Clay, Ogre, Tom Wood himself.
Yeah,
Premiere show presented by Hatchet Mountain. Hey,
Mr. Pancake.
Bastard son. We were just listening to a little bit of this before we went live.
The new album?
Yeah, you gotta listen to it. Y'all gotta listen to it.
That's
I know
Ouija's
putting shit out right now for the single with him and Problem Children too, right? But you gotta, I'm telling you, listen to this shit.
Go peep that Something Over Nothing.
Fuck yes. Legion.
That's the fucking goat right there. That's the brother man.
And Mr. Pancake.
And Mr. Pancake's not here. This
Lord
is
of
pretty.
Flies, Willie Hayes.
Willie Hayes.
Lord Hayes.
That's dope.
All right.
That's dope.
Preview that shit. What are you doing?
Mass Destruction Tour just announced, actually.
Yeah.
Hot off the presses.
Texas. Come back.
Yeah.
Look. So last time we seen Percy Bone in Texas, right? Me and Jay went. We got to check out Hoax. We got to check out Bakri, right? They were dope as fuck. We were always trying to get them on the show. Never made it work. Kind of fell out of touch. Maybe this is the time we can get back in touch with these motherfuckers and get some shit going for the Mass Destruction Tour, which is also now booking, right? So if you're like in North Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas area in the June-ish time frame,
hit that up. Get booked.
That's
gonna be a tour. That's gonna be a good fucking tour,
bro. Yeah, fuck yeah. Ohio
shit.
rapper Apollo Exodus drops new album that turned the moon red and made it eclipse the sun.
Shit, the Book of Exodus is upon us.
The Book of Exodus is upon us.
Oh shit. Hope y'all know how to read, because I don't.
I think he is the one that is deciphering, you know what I mean, and telling us. Yeah. And then we got the Ouija Mac, Ricky Hill, Problem Children 2, Till I Die.
I fucking can't wait for this album. I cannot wait for this fucking album.
Dude, I gotta admit that I like the first single a lot better than the second one so far. Just my personal, I mean, they're both dope. Buffalo Sauce is just better in my opinion.
Nah, this shit thumps, dude. This shit thumps in bass. This shit hits hard.
So I did notice in Spotify this morning, right, that they fucked up, and Till I Die single also has Buffalo Sauce listed. Mm-hmm. So it's like kind of both songs, right? So you got kind of just go back and forth between the two now.
Nah, mine goes
it's
immediately.
It's a good mistake, bro. It's a good mistake.
Mine goes immediately into more Ricky Hill. It brings up Lococo or
yeah. If I don't have it on repeat, being like not cycling, I'm saying I have that shit cycling just between the two songs.
I can't wait for this album. I still have to pre-order this shit, but I have to pre-order that, and I have to get my fucking See a Nazi, stomp a Nazi, fucking.
And my general missions, bro, because you know they're gonna sell out soon.
Oh yeah, they're already sold out. General missions already sold out. Yeah, you're lacking, dog.
All right, so I'm gonna sell my Spider-Man costume at the gates that I wore. I sweated in, right?
You could probably sell your mustards. You know, somebody probably buy your mustards for a ticket. They went to England.
Yellow. This is also yellow.
They're international now. You know.
Yeah. You never did go back and watch my intro for that one show that you were not present for at the beginning. Should I say? I started it with. All the sounds are gone, bro.
Pat said flags are gone, jerseys are gone. But guess what, Pat? They'll be at Thuggalo Ohio 3.
Yeah.
That's where I'm getting that jersey. I got to get that jersey, man. I need that boy.
Stop. Or what? Shit. Sorry, I was telling to stop a Nazi.
The stomp a Nazi.
Ugh, the flag is hard as fuck.
Yeah. That whole drop right now is absolute big gas.
There it went. As I say, it got deleted somehow. I don't know. Everything got fucking reverted. Yeah, it was. Oh, mustard! No, I came out wearing my mustard yellows when you weren't here, and that's how I started the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Any more news?
Damn, bro.
Is that it?
I didn't. I'll say I didn't have anything prepared, and if I did,
whoa! Hold on from backstage. Something's hot off the presses. All right, and it's more 9/11 stuff. Ooh.
I can't. Why is that so? Oh wait, I have to stop it, or it's just gonna keep repeating. Goddamn, we got pre-orders up. Combos.
Look at that red. Oh,
combos. We got the autograph.
Yo, them shirts are gas.
Okay, that is dope as fuck. Having the twin shirts.
Oh.
Combo 5.
More? Oh,
we got mystery combo.
What's the mystery combo? Oh, damn.
This might be one I need to get.
Yo.
If I can get one of those hooded thingies that they're wearing.
Oh. Go back up to that hoodie real quick. That red hoodie. That red hoodie was way, way hot. Oh. Look at that.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. I love
that's good.
Yep. All right. Well, son of a bitch.
Damn.
I like that dual one too with both of them.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The twin shirts is fucking
that's so hard.
So fucking dope, bro.
That's so hard. Click on one of them, Jay. I want to see what's on the back. I want to see what the C-17 looks like on the back. Oh, it doesn't have it. Damn.
It does have a second picture. There you go. Bam.
Ooh.
Luigi X.
And the La Mostra Nostra. Oh.
Ricky, Problem Children 2. LN. C-17. Hatchman.
Damn.
That's sick.
Oh, that's tough.
Reverse colors. Oh, white.
$88. Ooh.
Hey, look at that. That's dope.
That's tough.
Airbrush.
Oh, that's tough. I'm getting that.
Yeah, that one's sick as fuck.
Yeah. This
Well,
drop is gas, Luigi. $88.
Damn. The bandana is sick as fuck too, because it has a.
I need that coat so damn bad.
Yeah, I like the inside print of it a lot better than mine. But
I want to do. Man, I'm willing to do foot stuff for that fucking coat, dog. I'm telling you. That shit is so tough.
Yeah, I need to get it just because mine is starting to rip.
Is it?
At the seam. And so, like, it would give me a good chance to put my OG up and get the new bomber jacket.
What a drop. What a fucking drop, Ouija. You guys, that's probably...
That's hard as fuck.
That's probably my favorite one so far. Not gonna fuck.
I really liked some of the hideous shit. You know what I mean? Just
I did
really
too.
Fucking weird. It's just so fucking weird, dog. Right?
So
it's hard as fuck.
The drops. Whenever I get a hoodie, those are usually like the ones that really get me. And I have a hideous hoodie.
Yeah, no, your hideous hoodie's the shit.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones that I wear all the fucking time. And people are always like, "I love your hoodie," and I'm like, "Thanks." It's an album. Go check out the album. I'm like, go check out this fucking album. Yeah, I'm definitely pre-ordering something off of that because that shit was big ass.
Yeah, that shit's hard as fuck, dog. That's so weird. That's so fucking
artwork.
Dope. That is art.
Big gas.
So much shit there.
What a week. Good week. And we already know who's next week too, huh?
Oh shit. We're gonna be clowning.
We are clowning next week.
And we're going to have a special guest while we're clowning.
What?
We're not going to tell you who that guest is just quite yet. You'll find out later this week.
A special guest on a clowning episode?
Yeah. You know, occasionally it's like, you know, season 3, Clown Around, episode 2 with, and then like we did with Riot, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We did like a recap. We did Clown and Stream with Riot and Hope once that, Hope couldn't show up for, unfortunately, at that time.
We got to get a bunch of Instagram. We got it's gonna be good next week. Yeah. All right, you ready to wrap this bitch up like everybody should do at the gathering?
The spider web isn't even fucking. It's like off-centered.
You're Spooderman.
Spooderman.
That's Spooderman. The Timu Spider-Man.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys learned a lot about 9/11 this week. Because it was a pretty good intelligence-driven episode this week. I hope this haunts you in your dreams. I hope you see that. And, I hope you see that at Juggle Ohio 3 too. You're going to see loads of Spider-Man looking like that. Hopefully not like that, though.
Spooderman.
This Team Spider-Man says
from Eastern European Spider-Man.
Eastern Europe, Russian Spider-Man, where you save your goddamn self because I don't have time. I'm drinking fucking vodka.
All right. Love y'all. Spade and neuter your pets.
Oh,
love yourself.
Yep. Oh, yep. She's making her
appearance. It's a great kitty. Oh,
that
reminds me of my old cat. That it's still around. I don't mind possession of it no more.
It's my old cat.
Because the bitch ass baby mama took it.
All right, we're gonna get that out of there. Go ahead, Negro.
All right, we love y'all. Thank you for fucking joining us on another episode of Thuggalo Files / Thuggalo Show. When we kick those fucking Earl and Jobob out.
Yeah.
Fucking dicks. But yep.
Get him out of here.
Next week, same time, same place. Whoop whoop.
Hey, shout out Thuggalo Show. in this bitch. Every fucking city, Thuggalo Show represent. Free Will in the bitch. Darby in the bitch. Shout out Thuggalo Show. Love you motherfuckers for real, bro.
Hey, this is Ouija Mac, the ugliest juggalo that ever fucked your bitch. Tune into the Thuggalo podcast or you ain't shit, ho.